Targets, premium shooting targets and accessories. And now, over to your hosts.
Well, hello and welcome to the Precision Shooting Podcast. My name's Rusty and this is episode number 33. With me tonight is Andrew. How you doing?
Not too bad, Rusty. And yourself?
Yeah, good, mate. And over there's Greg.
How you going, Rusty?
Very good. Excellent. Well, we're back again, gentlemen. How have your weeks been?
Very, very busy.
Yeah?
Not filled with shooting.
Good. So, fairly disappointing then.
Yeah, somewhat.
Greg, any recovery from yours?
Yeah, no, look, I got snuck out a couple of times. Got out to just a small property near my joint and managed to drop a fox. And also another property another week and got a little fallow deer. So,
do you ever go to work or is it just...
No, this is weekend stuff.
Oh, righto.
This is the benefit of having properties close to home, you know. It's
yeah.
It's so much easier. Yeah.
Nice. And so the six got to run?
Yeah, 6 got to run. 6 dropped that deer. So it's officially dropped.
It's done. It's in.
Yeah, so it's all blooded in.
Any noticeable notable distance or
No. It was spotted at about 750, but where it wasn't actually on the land I had permission on yet. So I manoeuvred and waited for it, and the shot ended up being only at 70 metres. It was just sort of popped out the bushes in front of me, and it was all pretty straightforward.
Yep.
It's probably not far enough that the stability issues would have caused a lot of problems. So
yeah, probably went in sideways, but
more damage.
Yeah, more
it's
damage.
Probably beneficial.
Got a good bleed out canal. Went down pretty quick. So,
yeah, nice.
All good.
Good time. Well, I had a fun but dismal results hunting trip just the last few days. Got back last night and tried to stalk some goats. And we stalked them so well that we didn't find them. Saw plenty of, well, not plenty of signs. We saw some signs. They are there. There's just not a huge amount of them, and there's a lot of scrub. So it was about 5,500 sort of acres worth of scrub, and I don't know, half a dozen, maybe 10 goats that we, take a guess.
Well, I mean, we're aware there's goats on that property. Several have been caught, but it's a lot of land to cover.
Yeah,
and goats typically have a pretty big range. They roam quite a distance. So, you've got to sort of cross paths. Unlucky. That's hunting.
That's part of the deal. I mean, we enjoyed it. The weather wasn't good. It was during the pretty poor weather here in Adelaide. And so we copped it a few times. We got hit one morning pretty hard and had to walk an hour back to camp, completely drenched, which was great fun. And what I realised is from our Flinders trip, Greg, that I remembered that I'd busted my boots up in Flinders. They were no good after Flinders. I remembered that driving down to the property.
Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah, so I was running around in sort of sand shoes, which was not ideal. But I mean, it's the terrain was it would have been good to do some long range shooting, but it's so thick that you can get some high points where you get some good vantage, but even you barely would see anything from up there in terms of game.
Too much concealment.
Very, very lucky to see something actually exposed itself enough to get a shot in.
Yeah, long enough to get a crack on it, but beautiful place to be in.
Yeah, and that's you got to get out there and get a bit of intel on new land, don't you?
Yeah, we set
some laid out.
Game cameras up, so we should be able to get confirmation that there was there's something there. I mean, look, with my very limited knowledge of deer, there was some rub marks, but I don't know if it was deer. I'm not going to get too excited at this stage, but we thought we'd throw the game cameras up around that sort of area and see what results come from that. So hopefully we'll have a nice photo of a red staring at the camera. That'd be great, but not holding my breath for that.
Yeah, and certainly this is not the best time of the year. You're around the Easter mark is when they tend to start going off. So if you know what's there, you'll be prepared, I guess. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, something to look forward to. Anyway, I'm guessing it was probably just it's probably just some sort of insect that rubs itself against the bark, and we're getting all these hopes up for nothing. But that's hunting, I guess. And then we broke our tent, and then anyway, then yogurt went everywhere through the esky. It was one of those trips. Just it was good fun, but everything didn't quite go to plan. So anyway, no flat tires or anything this time around, which is useful. So
and you earned at work, so
this is Well, I guess technically I was, but anyway, no, I wasn't. I wasn't. You're right. And then, we've got what else we got coming up? We're going to a gun shop tomorrow night to do a info session on long range shooting, which should be a bit of fun. There's meant to be a few people coming, so it'll be good. We'll just talk to whoever's there. You coming along, Greg?
Yeah, I'm going to come down. Cool. Definitely interest is growing, isn't it? You know, there's more and more interest in these events that you're setting up, and it's good to see.
It's great to see. The what's just happened, and this podcast will go out probably a week after, but the NT guys ran their finale, a 2-day shoot up there, and some of those stages looked pretty good. It was, I don't know if you guys saw any photos from it. Yeah,
I had a look at the photos. Certainly they had a good turnout too. So
20-something sort of people, which I know they normally sort of hover around the 6 or 8 people mark. So good, guys from all over the country there. We're going to get Butters on, and I reckon one of the guys who competed as well, and have a bit of a chat to them. So they're going to give us a stage by stage and tell us everything that went on and all the goss, which should be good fun. But they had one stage which I know Butters said was one of the favourites, and believe it or not, it was a 100-metre 100-metre stage shot on paper.
Well, there you go.
So, not what you would predict would be the favourite stage for the weekend, and apparently it was really, really good. Really.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's a good sign, I think, that guys are prepared to travel countrywide for these kind of shoots. It's encourages people to, to actually program the shoots and organise them. Yeah. Knowing they're going to get good turnout. So. Yeah,
it was wonderful to see. I was disappointed not to be able to get up there, but hopefully we can in future. So anyway, that'll be coming up in an episode or two, and hopefully we'll tell more about that particular stage, but let the guys who shot it and designed it talk about it rather than us who don't really. We saw a photo, which is not the smartest thing to base it on. So anyway, this episode we're going to talk a little bit about the Bryan Litz book, The Modern Advancements in Long Range Shooting. We tried to do this podcast a few weeks ago, and somehow Andrew's mic wasn't recording, so it is recording now. I just had a look, still on deck. So we're gonna have another sort of chat about the book and sort of the areas we found of interest and that sort of thing. Before we do that, it looks like we're going to have some more giveaways to send out as well shortly. We finished up our last giveaways from Precision Rifle Products, and the last one got sent off today. So that, but we've been contacted by some guys who want to give some more gear away. So news up on that. We'll have to think of some sort of competition or something, some way to give that away. Anyway, if you're listening, you got an idea of how we can do that. That'd be good. I won't accept emails that just say, give it to me. Might one. Anyway, it'd be maybe. I like the audacity of doing that. Very good. So do you guys enjoy the book?
I did. I said I haven't read it from start to finish like I think you have, Rusty, but I have sort of used it as a bit of a reference material which I've kept on my loading bench. Admittedly, I haven't got to it as much as I would have liked.
Yep.
There's a few areas in there that are of sort of more interest than others to me.
Yep.
But I think it's a pretty interesting book.
Well, it's that sort of book, isn't it? It's not a. I mean, I have read it from start to finish, but only because I forced myself to. It is a book. I won't do that again. It's one to go back and look at a chapter and read the chapter and sort of pick out what is of interest. Nice to see it. Holistically, the whole thing, but to go back now and reference it, it will be certainly chapter by chapter. What about yourself, Greg? Did you read it, or you pay someone to read it for you?
Yeah, no, I got it dictated to me and fed grapes at the same time. But no, I had a read, and I really enjoyed it because more recently, it's probably the last 6 months, as you all know, I've sort of been buying stuff to improve my reloading.
Yep.
And try and get better quality ammunition. I don't get to shoot much, but I get to play in the shed a lot. So that's been a good little project, and there's a really good section in here on advanced reloading. And they step through all the sort of main areas that help improve the quality of your ammunition you're making. And, he backs up everything that he's talking about with, real filtered data. And for me, that was just like a confirmation of a lot of decisions I made, but also some areas that I was lacking. So I really enjoyed that, actually.
Very good. What was your favourite?
Favourite part of that read?
No, favourite type of grape.
Oh, I like the red seedless.
Good. So for those who haven't read a Applied Ballistics or a Bryan Litz book previously, I guess he researches topics and presents the research, both the actual content of the research and what he does, the tests that are done, and then drawing conclusions from that and what the data finds. He writes in such a way that perhaps if something was inconclusive, he'll say it is inconclusive. If something he felt didn't really represent what could have happened, he'll say that as well. He's very honest with his results, and he'll put forward a hypothesis of what he thinks will happen and then go to real-world testing. But it reads very well where you get the full picture of what he's covered. And a lot of the time there is reference in there that there is further testing to be done, or they uncover something that perhaps is having an effect on what they're trying to research, and they say that the test doesn't allow for that parameter to be checked, so that will have to be done at another point. To give some clarity around the book as well, is it's volume 2 in a series that is obviously going to be relatively long, because so far they've got the logo on the side of the book, and we're still on the letter A from Applied Ballistics. So obviously there's a fair
Good
few
observation.
books, fair few books to come. So it's an ongoing research project, and it's got some interesting stuff to it. Greg, do you want to sort of nominate